Welcome back, everyone. So, I'm answering a viewer question today about Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. From this viewer, and I understand, it's very, very easy to get confused by the what took place, when it took place, and this because this case is just wow, it's just filled with ups and downs and twists and turns. But this viewer had reached out to me and wanted to know if there was any evidence to two statements that one from Chad and one from Lori that comes from 2019, November 5th to be exact. Did they actually make statements pertaining to the children that where Chad Daybell said that Lori Vallow had no minor children at all? That JJ and Tylee either didn't exist or they weren't minor children and they are all grown at this same event to a completely separate individual. Lori Vallow made the statement that Tylee had died years earlier. Is there any validity to either of these statements? And unfortunately, to answer this viewer's question, is yes. Both of those statements are in the actual police reports that the Rexburg Police Department has. Now, we know on November 26th, 21 days later, after these statements were actually said by Chad and Lori, that the police department came to do a welfare check on JJ there at their townhome or townhouse in Rexburg, Idaho, and that Chad and Lori would vanish soon after and almost a month later would reappear in Hawaii. But in between there, through their attorney, Lori's attorney, that they released a statement that Lori was a loving and devoted mother. Now, this is the same woman who on November 5th said that her daughter had died years earlier. This is the same mother who said that her son, JJ, was possessed by a demon, that he was a zombie. And we all are very aware, as she was aware at that point, that zombies need to die. And in her own words from the actual podcast episode that she did with Chad and Melanie Gibb, that zombies, the only way to take care of them is they must die so they can release their soul, so they can go on to the higher enlightenment. Here is a lady who says that her daughter died years earlier and that her son was a zombie, knowing full well by labeling him a zombie, or Chad labeled him as a zombie, and she agreed that he was a zombie. That meant that JJ had to die. But thank you for the question. And I will put the full timeline from the East Idaho News, in the video description so you can read it for yourself. But yes, both statements are real from November 5th of 2019, well before Lori's extradition back on charges of abandonment, well before we knew the children were dead. All of this happened. Crazy, tragic, and will rip you apart if you read about this story or watch and follow anymore. So don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, so you can be notified when I do the next video on Lori and Vallow and Chad Daybell. I have a lot more coming. It's just taking time right now because I am doing research like I do for every single video that I put out. But thank you for your question. And if you have an additional question that you'd like me to look into, put it in the video comment down below, and I will look into it as soon as I can. Thank you again, everyone, and you have a great week. And stay safe out there.